All right, everybody, on to the next race. This is race 6 on Saturday's card, the 1 mile Pat Day Grade 2. Usually put some classy horses in here. Bob Baffer sends out two that he thinks are quality horses. The first being Madacat Road, the one horse. It's cutting back from 1 1/8 miles. Horse was on the Derby Trail. Speed horse, just couldn't quite cut it. I do think he's a very dangerous horse, but in my opinion, at 2 to 1, I want to try to beat him. He hasn't won a race since his maiden. Was a good maiden race. I do think that there's speed outside of him, so that's the reason why I want to bet against him. The horse that I land on is the other Bob Affer horse, Gaming, at 3 to 1 in the 6 hole. This horse is already a graded 1 winner at 7 furlongs in the Del Mar Futurity. He did it in decent fashion. He's come back off the layoff and topped just about his 2-year-old number, running a 95 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He ran a 94 in the Hot Springs. I do think that second off the layoff is one of the best angles to play, in my opinion. I know everyone likes third off the layoff, but I do think you get good value at second off the layoff. Watching his workout videos, they're training him to come off the pace, which I do think will suit him for this race. There's a ton of speed in here. You got speed on the 3 horse, the other Bob Baffert on the 1. You got speed on the 4, speed on the 7, and speed on the 8. So I do think it'll suit the horse. And in my opinion, being graded 1 winner at 2-year-old, I think he's the horse to beat. The horse I don't like in here is the 2-horse Built. In my opinion, when he broke his maiden at Keeneland, 7 furlongs, he ran that in a 124 flat. It's pretty average at best. And then when he came back and he ran the gun runner, they let him walk on the lead. If you see here, 24-3, 49, 113. He's basically running 25 around the track. When he doesn't have the lead, he hasn't been able to do anything other than his maiden. So in my opinion, at 7 to 2, I'm not even considering him. I'm going to go towards the 5 here, Gate to Wire with Todd Pletcher and Flavian Pratt. That's a big jockey upgrade. His last race in the Fountain of Youth, he steadied. So they had high hopes of him on the Derby Trail, and they had trouble in their last race. So I do think Flavian Pratt, he can be a huge upgrade. When he won the 7 furlongs here in 122-2, it was very decent. He won it by 5 lengths. So in my opinion, if he goes off at anything at close to 6 to 1, good value. The last horse here is the 9 by Dwayne Lucas. I like him coming back from a mile and being that he could rate, stock, and close. So, in my opinion, this allowance win here was a very good allowance win. It wasn't versus a cheap field. So 12 to 1 gives you great value. At worst case scenario, you can use him underneath in your exotics. And I do think he's a horse that you count on to be in second or third place. Good luck, everyone.